face for my audio segments, but I thought it might be nice for y'all to see the face behind the voice too sometimes. So, what's up, world? Happy Friday out there. We're back with another both insightful and inspirational and relatable story and topic this Friday night. Thank you guys for your support. If you haven't become a subscriber already, you know you're invited, welcome, and encouraged to do such. This is You Will Make It TV, where we share inspirational quotes, divine messages, and insightful topics weekly. We are appreciative of your support. Yes, I gotta show me talking sometimes because it is so much be going on these internet streets. But yes, guys, is in like 7 days. I was gonna do a raffle for the Valentine basket too. I guess it's not too late, so I will post updates about that. Even if I don't sell the tickets till 3 days before Valentine's Day or whatever. Anybody that wanna buy them, we still gonna put y'all name in the raffle. You can email me at boostcustombaskets11 at gmail.com for serious inquiries and questions, those that might be interested in a custom made basket for their loved one this beautiful 2026 Valentine's Day. And of course, we share our Avon online shop as well for anybody who wants to support. Most of you guys know who Avon is, but they just have an online store now, and you help us ambassadors and sales men and women to keep our jobs when you make even the smallest purchases on our online stores. We have fragrances, we have jewelry, we have fashion, we have makeup, we have beauty care, skin care, you name it. So you guys make sure to always check the comment sections. That's where most of the time we do post a link, okay? So yeah, I just think when I heard the rumor that Wendy Williams might be coming back to TV soon, I just wanted to come give my reaction and commentary. There's so much in the news to talk about, but to me, this is relatable and topic worthy because we know if Wendy Williams hadn't have left the TV personality spot for a little while, that with some of the things that had been going on, because that's what she was known for, pretty much just interviewing celebrities, interviewing self-made stars too. She wasn't just interviewing celebrities. Her and what's the other girl's name? Jennifer Hudson, right? They have these sit down talk shows and everything. And I always respected these two women too because or any talk show platform that doesn't just give the spotlight and you know what I'm saying, show floor for celebrities and people with money to speak. Sometimes they just, they interview self-made people or people that went viral on social media. So I do respect TV for kind of incorporating that part into it too, because there are a million ways, you know what I'm saying? Everybody come up different and everybody deserves, I guess. That's just how I see life. I love stories so much because I understand that everybody has one. When I'm interviewed later about like, hey, why you choose this direction, that direction of work, you know what I'm saying? It's something valuable about that. Just like everybody has a story though. And the greatest stories are the ones they didn't even have a lot of control over. But maybe that's just me. The greatest movies are the suspense ones for a reason. People love suspense and thriller. They don't always, there are some of us out here, you don't always have to know what's going to happen next. Now, that's a good story. That's when you have a good story. Where every day you turn around, it's an update. Like, it's an update. Yeah, it's something that you didn't even expect. It's another peak. And that's what you call a suspense or something that just keep you on the edge of your seat. See what they try to do? They try to keep people on the edge of their seats with predictable content. We don't like that anymore. People still like unpredictability. If you're still afraid of probable cause and what the other thing. I don't know. I just feel like it's not a good story. Everybody like to go repeat a story, tell a story, be the storyteller, be the talk show host, be the podcast people and everything. But when the stories are just like get straight up too predictable, I don't care what sitcom it is, TV show. If they start doing that too, they will lose ratings. You have because unpredictability sells more than which you can always put your finger on. That's just my opinion. Now, with where the direction Crown Publishing content is going, because that's a part of what I actually do, and that's just what we love. That's why we call it Crown Publishing content. We just publish content. It can be music, it can be audio, it can be video. One thing they can't deny about that, I have designed T-shirts, not too many, but a few on the side. I've designed logos, just content. So I just thought I would throw the word content in my business name at the end of the day, and make people aware that that's just what I do overall. Like you might just see my presence more on YouTube these days, and there's a whole reason for that too. I just don't be saying everything. There's a million platforms that people can share their work, skills, talents. I don't know why. I just feel like this is relatable. What Wendy Williams. I'm not saying I'm trying to compare my whole life to hers or that any of us should. But if you are kind of come from the industry of where she come from, even some of you guys, I don't know if y'all have checked the Wendy Williams story out. Like she have I think it's a movie or a documentary. I think it's a documentary. I watched the documentary, but I think she got a movie too. And her story, we were just talking about stories. Her story is actually very intriguing. People only want to talk about the TV show host side of her. Wendy Williams also was into music at one point too. Like she was a DJ out there in those New York streets. Shout out to New York. I'm just trying to send a little love, but I was really mad when I saw what Wendy Williams went through. I might not know her whole story, but I know it was just something like weird about that. But we all got to get through how we get through. And I swear, Wendy Williams, you will inspire so many women to come back on that stage. Some of us out here are rooting you on, sister. I'm not playing. Because people love to share the spotlight when you sick and going through court issues. I mean, who doesn't go through that stuff when you at that level of success? At this point, you're going to end up in court at least once or twice. That's what it's starting to seem like. Somebody might sue you, especially doing what Wendy Williams do, even if it wasn't about her marriage. You know how she is one of the vets that could tell people like, bro, she done got threats on her life, all kind of stuff during talking about different stuff. And you can kind of tell I'm a Wendy Williams fan. She made it as far as she did with her show because people looked at her as a little more authentic. Like she's not was just trying to look a certain way or make everybody feel good that sit on her stage. She might ask you some uncomfortable questions. Those are the best interviewers and reporters, if you ask me. I mean, so yeah, I didn't go into detail about, I didn't say I know all the facts about what all celebrities then got mad at her, but she did get enemies over the years. Just doing her job. Let's talk about that. Now people want to talk about all these different, like Don Lemon and all these people that's getting canceled or got fired or laid off or suspended or locked up for talking. Wendy Williams was one of the first ones going through that. Last I checked. Y'all know I ain't too old, but I've been around for a minute. And I know that Wendy Williams was one of the first speakers. Probably Oprah too. Y'all don't know. Oprah went through a lot too. Y'all gotta not just check their stories like who they were before they became who they became and stuff. Check out the kind of stuff they went through, covering certain stories, first of all. This what we're seeing today, and everybody want to do cancel culture and censorship on when we speak on certain topics is stupid. But I wish I could hear from women like Wendy Williams right now, and I mean right now, because I know she has a lot to say. I know she has a lot to say. She's always had a lot to say. Some people didn't see anything wrong with it. That's why she had fans. And that's why she had an audience too. Every time the show aired, she had a full audience out there. Now, I think people just didn't like, sometimes they didn't maybe like her delivery, because anybody can get on the microphone. I think we've all shown that. Anybody can get on the microphone, open their two lips, and just talk about stuff. But she was credible because people knew. A lot of people don't know that. Like, she actually ran with people in the industry before she was even doing what she do on TV. And I mean in the music business. So I thought it was very, very interesting that before a lot of this stuff was revealed and exposed about rappers and the music industry and people getting locked up and the Epstein files, before this stuff was even quote unquote exposed, because just because something is not exposed yet don't mean people didn't know about it. That's another thing about life. It's called expose because it just happens more at a larger scale. But since when did you being interviewed on Wendy Williams mean somebody's trying to expose you? So I just think that needs to stop anyway. Like, bro, if you're not strong enough, you can't handle an interview, don't even bring your butt on the screen or the TV. But we do see everybody knows how to talk. You can go order a microphone off Amazon anywhere you go today. Get on social media and talk. I want to talk about Wendy Williams, the lady that was doing this before all this blogging crap was even out. You know what I mean? She still was already, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to, I'm like, dang, should I go ahead and give Wendy Williams the queen, the crown at this when it comes to people wanting to come for her, even if she didn't always speak about it publicly. And I don't mean coming for her with gossip, literally coming for this lady because they mad about something she said on her show. Now, the podcasters and bloggers and radio show hosts, they feel like they going through that. I mean, condolences too, because I go through things too. Y'all don't know, everybody don't like everything I talk about. They sure don't. So I know Wendy Williams was not lying. Okay, then the next thing you hear, oh, she's sick, she's going through a divorce. These people playing with her money. I'm telling y'all, before she was even going through that, go back and watch her documentary. She did sometimes have accusations and people kind of coming for her, probably sending hate emails. You know how they do, sending hate this, hate that, trying to get you to stop talking. No, don't bring up what I did on your show. Yeah, it was Wendy Williams they was running from a long time ago. Cause she didn't mind interviewing anybody, and it ain't just interviewing you. It's how she would deliver her questions, how she, you know, just like some of these podcast blogs and stuff do. Please let her come back to the stage. And another thing, she gonna have fans just like, I don't know, like, I'm just trying not to say too much, but I will be watching her and rooting her on if she come back for my own reasons, as y'all probably know. And I don't want her to spare none. I know she'll probably have to take it slow and easy when she first come back on the TV stage. But really, Wendy Williams, I'm encouraging you, do not take it easy on them. Come back full throttle. Come back 100% just like you were and interviewing these celebrities. And do it now. Because, see, some years have passed by. And there's some things that, maybe she asked questions about on her show a long time ago. That then they wanted to come forward and say Wendy Williams tripping and she be being messy. No, she wasn't being messy. Now look. Ever since she had that pass out spell, I remember seeing that episode. I don't even know why I happened to be watching Wendy Williams that day, where she had fell on stage in the Statue of Liberty costume. She didn't just fall. She kind of like passed out, or she just kind of had this dizzy spell or something. And then the next thing you know, they like, oh, she needs time off work. And that time off work, we didn't see Wendy come back. They had another lady, Sherry or somebody on there. And I was like, what? Anyways, and as a woman, she just has really endured the strengths of women that I be talking about that they actually need to shine more light on. I hope to see her talk about more. Like, don't be ashamed of what that man Kevin took you through, Wendy Williams. This is You Will Make It TV. She's the exact type of success stories I be talking about. Cause even if she don't do anything else with her career, she's a success story. But it was just funny to see people hurry up and try to put the cameras and spotlights on what her husband did to her. Like, shut up. I didn't even do any topics about it back then. I had just got into podcasting, maybe wanting to interview people myself. What's wrong with that? What people did is said, who, her? Her ask questions? It showed a lot with my life. Like, people wasn't used to hearing your voice. And they just really went crazy, bro. They still going crazy out there. Like, wait a minute, she has a voice? Yes, I do. And then they don't like that. Like, oh, ain't you trying to make a career out of it? I mean, who told people that? I might. I want to do exactly what Wendy Williams does. If I can get to a level and help it, if I can get to certain levels and help it myself, that's exactly what I'd be doing. I would want to be more like Steve Wilkos or somebody, though, helping families. Not saying that Wendy Williams does not do that, but we know more of what her show was based on is kind of like bringing the facts out, questions that the fans have that she can sit there right there and ask them. You know what I'm saying? And we all watching it on TV, but so I'm just excited. It made my whole day when I heard that Wendy Williams might be coming back to TV. So I think it's a little more than a might. I think they are literally putting that in the works right now. So shout out to Wendy Williams. Like, please come back, ma'am, and share your story. Look, please. Maybe she should, because I know at one point she was talking about just doing a podcast. Because, for some people that is easier where she might can't move around and do as much and be comfortable. And I can understand that. That's something else people don't understand. So I can use Wendy Williams, for example. See, going on TV, you probably got to work long hours, air shows, do makeup over and over again, run errands. That stuff ain't easy, but everybody want the spotlight. Um, it's just weird. Now, podcasting, what I was saying, I thought that was a good idea for her when she was introducing that idea too to her fans, like just kind of having her a little podcast station where she ain't even got to get up her own stages and travel and do all this extra stuff if her health depends on it. Like, we don't want that to be a reason that we don't hear your voice no more, Wendy Williams. Now, if you got to just sit at home from your studio and record podcasts, we're still going to support it. I hope there's other women that feel the same as me. I mean, because we would understand you can't move around and do as much heavy work once you start, you know what I'm saying, fighting these different battles with your health. But I think the goal be just to see these people tap out and never work again. She don't have to do that if she don't want to. I think she should keep going. Wendy Williams, do a book. Do some books. Do some children book. Like, she ain't never got to stop working due to the speed of her and how fast she can move and what she can do surrounding her health. That ain't never got to stop her work, because her brand Wendy, that's already that. That's why when they try to put another lady name up there, I'm not trying to throw no shade, but I was just like, what? The only name that look right like that is Wendy's name, with just the name Wendy. You understand? Or the Wendy Williams brand. They try to throw that other lady name up there, share it. Like, I was like, no, I see y'all trying to substitute it, but that's not Wendy Williams, okay? And it's just been hard staying quiet about it. I was wondering if she was okay, or is she gonna make a comeback? I've been really holding my breath. I don't know about the other fans. I would love to see Wendy Williams come back on TV and everything. Yeah, I didn't want to say too much, especially with some of the stuff that's being revealed in the news now. And not just in the news, but like celebrity news. You think Wendy Williams ain't seeing this stuff? I wonder would her topics change a little more to because that's what a lot of other like reporters, you see them like everybody just following the bandwagon of the latest news. But she has so many plethoras and levels and directions of topics she can go just from her experience. Like, I don't know. I never thought about it, but yeah, I might need to meet Wendy Williams. Like, I think about, because like when people have life coaches, sometimes they pay for them, sometimes they don't, right? And I think about stuff like that. Because even if you're not, just because I'm not paying you and you're my mentor, you're my life coach, why would I want you to be feeding me BS? But then if you pay your life coach, you know that they're trying to help you, yeah, or you expect them to because you're sitting there paying them. So the struggle is real. So I took my chances and I said I won't invest in a life coach right now. But it's nothing wrong with just kind of sponging in motivation and inspiration where you can too, because like you got to really trust somebody like that. A mentor, a life coach, somebody that's not just there to give criticism, but constructive criticism and pat you on your back when they see you fix it and work on it. And like I'm the type of person, if I even see you working it, like I know you're not gonna get it right overnight. I like to do that to people. I'd be like, hey, I noticed you only smoked one cigarette today. They'd be like, wow, you noticed that? Like, that's what everybody want to holler constructive criticism. But constructive criticism can be actions too, where you patting that person on the back. Like, not just when they overcome and succeed, whatever it is you criticizing them about. Like, when you see them trying, where is that same energy? Where is that same energy though? That's why I said life coaches and all that. It's not gonna be for everybody, but I think she would. Women, we can learn a lot from Wendy Williams, especially from the things she don't say. I don't think that makes her a bad person. You notice they never mention Wendy Williams' name in the Epstein file, so she's good with me. They can try to make her life look like whatever to the people. That's crazy. And she did go through depression about that for a little while. That was in her documentary too. Like, everybody can't handle that. You running and trying to get all the baggage and make sure you record what her downfall. I ain't gonna say her downfall, but I didn't like that how they would have the cameras on her when she's sick and all swollen up and different things she might have been going through. And people just be like, I'm praying for you, Wendy. Okay, if you praying for her, God would have you look at it deeper. Like, what? Okay, you watch the documentary, okay, her sickness, but that's a whole nother thing. That's why people feel like as a woman she went through a lot. Like for your husband to be doing all this infidelity and spending your money, whatever it was she was going through. He probably was her handler. Who knows? He probably was just over her money. But I think when I say she coming back better, that's what I'm talking about, ladies. You got your papers back. You got your rights back. You got your money back from this cheating man. Because why did he think he could do her like that? Just because I mean, especially when your wife gets sick. That's crazy. You know what? A lot of us don't look at marriage the same anymore anyway. Because that part where they be like through sickness and health, people ain't right, man. Through sickness and health. But they want to run to the death do you part. What's that part? To death do you part. Everybody wants to honor that part. What do we say, y'all? To death do us part. They want to show that they can do that part. Like, oh yeah, death. Everybody want to stand up and run to the scene. But what about the part that says through sickness and health? I will be there for this person. You understand? Her story is so inspirational to me. I bet she could talk about it. Cause what a fine time to go meet another fine wine woman and be spending my money, my hard-earned celebrity money with her. And I'm over here sick. That's that kind of stuff that make karma come around. Cause in marriage, that's a straight up vow when that person is sick in health. But in the industry, you don't always see that type of role model stuff going on no more. I mean, if anything, people gonna divorce or you hear they died. Everybody ain't just. But shout out to Denzel Washington. I seen him going viral in a clip at a basketball game, football game, something he was at. Like, unless you talking about somebody like him. Because I ain't just heard Denzel Washington left his wife because she was sick ever. And and he have admitted they go through up and down with illnesses and stuff. They're human. It's like some of us are just still human. We ain't finna leave our spouse. Or we can be broke up. Like, why not make sure, like, as ill as Wendy Williams was, you know what I'm saying? You want to show you care a little bit. So I like how God been exposing people. Okay, I'll let this person get to gravely ill. Gravely ill do not mean in a grave. Because people do see a lot when the devil be thinking he's setting people up, making them sick. You ain't doing nothing. God allows you to do that, Satan, so that the people, while they sick, can see who really care. What about that part? Some people might overcome these illnesses and sicknesses, and healing and overcoming illness is a real thing. I would love to see Whitney Williams get back on the stage. They health do come first, and she's a great advocate of that. Like, celebrities and entertainers can't just push, 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 push because you want them to. Their health comes first too. And as with us regular people out here, they might not be as big names and brands as some of our faves, but everybody health come first, and that's being shoved all in our faces. It's one thing to be taken out of here a violent way, but like illness and stuff, a lot of people used to survive these things longer. I personally know a lady that beat cancer several times, because if you got that good help and you're taking care of yourself, even while you have a certain illness and element, as doctors, your health can improve. They just be like Wendy Williams' husband. He ran over there with that other woman so fast, he must have thought she was gonna die. And it's not even funny. Like, dang, you just gonna leave her hanging on a brim? I mean, what is that show about you? If she do make a comeback, he don't need to be. People be like, that's her child father. Don't say that. Well, you don't need to be nowhere around, sir. We got a divorce now. Our child is grown. Stay away from Wendy Williams, the way it seemed like she had to go through all that by herself. And it was just an illness. But oh, that's when a person wanna go cheat. Mm-mm. Y'all don't think so? That's a fine time. Like, oh, I'm finna go over here and cheat on you, wife. Okay, and then it's like cheat. But you don't spend the wife money for years. And the other mistress had a baby. The last I heard about this story with Wendy Williams' husband, I was just disgusted. And they still saying it's the women. They too emotional. That's not. We not too emotional. That woman was sick. And don't marriage vows say through sickness and health? It does not say when your wife gets sick, going on over there, or to make your wife sick so you can use that as an excuse. I swear we need to start looking at people sideways. They got side dips and pieces when they spouse is sick. That ain't even cute. So I don't know why they trying to normalize it. And then they'll try to control what sickness. They be like, well, this person got this, they sick now, so I moved on. Like, what does that say about you, though? It's weird. And you was aware? Because with her condition, it was her legs and being able to walk and, different things with her joints. I forgot the actual term for what it is the sickness she was dealing with, but it make her swell up, and have fluid, and you might need help walking and different stuff like that. And then it's just a fine time to leave your wife and think of all the things your wife did, and telling your wife she don't make you happy no more. Now I bet you didn't expect this. Wife done bounce back. As long as she stays stabilized on her medications and work out and drink her good smoothies. And Wendy Williams looks great, by the way, to have been through. Some people just want to look at you. Oh, I want to judge how that person look after 40, 50 years. Some of these people look great for all they've been through. You want to bring up what they've been through and then judge how they look. Choose one. Choose one. because they might not look nothing like what they've been through. And then some, yes, they're going to have the scars. That make them even beautiful. That make them look even more good. They like, damn, don't nobody wear that scar like you. The way it's cut across your face like that, you make it look so sexy. Like, that's how life is supposed to be. Putting jewels on the scars too. But I guess that's just if people don't like you, they don't like you though. Like, cause how you gonna judge how somebody look after what they've been through? It's like choose one. Which one you want to talk about? Cause we know they wouldn't look like they had they not been through what they've been through. So why would I sit up and correlate with you and conversate with you about how somebody look after what they've been through? I'm not that type of person, and I know damn well what they've been through, and it was a sickness too. I'm more the type to say that person looks good for what they've been through. Most people been through, go through that, look like X, Y, Z. But no, that's too much like right. Like my mom used to say. I didn't understand that at first. She'll be like, "That's too much like right." She'll say that in a minute when we used to talk about things, and I'd be like, "Mom, why people just don't do this and that?" I had a lot of questions as a kid. And she'll just be like, "No, baby, that's too much like right." But it took me a long time to really understand what they mean. I would just kind of give her an eyebrow raise, like, what she mean? Because that would be the end of the sentence. She'll just be like, "That's too much like right." That would be her response to some of the things of this world. And she taught me right, because some things is still like that. They're not changing it. There's no difference. All of that because it's too much like right. Like it's right is too much for some people. It's just too much. Like you asking him for too much. Now look, your wife done bounced back, was probably his ex-wife now. He'll just always be known as the man that did that. We know that Kevin was there in her early days. That's why he felt entitled and privileged to be spending her money and going out with other women while that lady was sitting up sick. Um, he felt privileged, like when they feel like they the one that got you through the door, or they the one that introduced you to the producer, they the one that invested the first $10,000 in your voice because she was a DJ or something at first. Maybe he bought her first turntable. Anyways, they just get the feeling entitled, like, I'm the one got you in there. Okay. You married to her though. How much more did she owe you at the time? Is what I was asking myself about what she was going through. Like, what else do she owe you, kinfolk? Yeah, you helped her get in the door of the industry. She's the one became the star. Sometimes it's like that. You help get that person in there, but you want to be by their side through everything. Because now that they the star, they got other things to do. They can't be right there letting you babysit them all the time. So I know she bought that man gifts. They had luxury dinners. They did a lot of luxury things together. I know they did. It couldn't have been nothing more she could owe her husband. And I'm sure if he would have got an illness like that, she would have been there. She would have been right there. Even though her husband ain't some big time name like P. Diddy and him, he was, he's known in the industry though, because he was around when Wendy Williams was a DJ. So I just feel like he's an example of that. That man just felt privileged and entitled. Like they'll create reasons in their head, like, well, I helped her do this, so you know. And people that try to give reasons, it's because they already feel guilty. Like they trying to give you reasons why they spending that person money, why they sick, and you needed to get what's that paperwork called? Wendy Williams' husband tried to do her like that. That's really crazy to think about. Now that we're seeing so many other cases of the same crap, and more people being vocal about it, I would like to see her interview Jay-Z's son. Yeah, she probably would have been interviewed Jay-Z's son and some more of these celebrity kids. It's just funny how before all this came out, Wendy Williams suddenly needed to leave the TV. Like, people already know she was gonna be one of the talkers. When I say talkers, I just mean like speakers. She definitely wouldn't have been one to be quiet about some of the things we be hearing celebrity kids is going through, or alleged celebrity kids, or even celebrity kids. Yeah, them too. She probably would have interviewed Northwest by now. Travis Barker daughter. So yeah, I just feel like she got work to do. If she coming back, she got plenty of content, plenty of interviews. I can give her TV producer some ideas of who they should interview actually, especially as a comeback. So yes, sometimes that fall can be the setup to your greatest comeback. And she got to see that her husband, really, I just keep kids out of these type of topics, but really with her situation, because he's an adult now, she, I think, experienced that a little bit too, where people was like, yeah, Kevin Jr. even acting like his dad, or like he always been there for his mom, but they was trying to throw him in it too and say that he was trying to throw his mama under the bus with his daddy. That her son was accused of that, of like, I ain't gonna say turning on her, but he was just got older, and it would be one thing if I'm saying he wanted to go his own way. After, no, you like you own everything your daddy own type of deal towards your mama type of deal. So I think that should be talked about more. Like, people are trying to normalize things that are just stupid, and the things that we need to undenormalize still needs to be worked on. People say, "Oh my God, this and that." Like, stop pretending that that doesn't happen sometimes. Like, children may very well care for one parent more than the other one. And we're not gonna even talk about the reasons why, or people just want to look at it like. But how many celebrity kids have you seen? They grow up and they come out later and they like, yeah, my mama or daddy wasn't even there for me. People always hold their breath. They be like, oh, what? This same person I praised and bought they movie tickets, they rap ticket, concert tickets. Now they child coming out 23 years later saying they wasn't ever there. We understand Biggie, Tupac, Easy E kids, they parent ain't even here no more. So we know they parent couldn't be there. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? We know they parents couldn't be there, but the ones that is here, it is crazy, like, for the kids to get grown. And then look, people always take the celebrity side. I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying what I've been observing. They'll take the celebrity side, like, yeah, these kids, they get ungrateful. That's all they say. They be like, no, I'm trying to tell you, my dad is not who y'all think he is. He spent all my money when I was a. Remember when Master P's son tried to come out and say that? I'm not gonna say he tried to. He flat out came on interview saying that. Like, I was just using them for an example, but yeah, the kids will get older. Stop pretending like that's new, bro. And then the parent, like, what is that kid talking about? This kid talking about I didn't do nothing for them. I was never there. Some of them celebrities, they is not lying. You chose that career. And you knew with that career you was gonna be on the road a lot. You knew you gonna be on tour buses most of that kid's life. And yeah, I'm sure they bring the kids on tour with them sometimes, but imagine how much work that is. So yes, a lot of times these kids be at home with the nannies or the mama, if it's a man, or the daddy if it's a woman. But they are not. Actually, a lot of people advise that they don't, that they actually stop bringing these young minors on tours. Talk to the concert promoters and stuff, but not yet. I'm not saying it's going to ever happen, but it's like never. If you pay attention, kids have never been like banned from concerts. I guess they just allow kids to come, especially backstage. But some have been speaking on that for years. Like, y'all need to stop letting kids come on the road with y'all. Now, they need to pick one. Because these same kids grow up and say their mom and daddy wasn't ever there. They didn't see them that much. because they was always on the road. So, yeah, they could have had all the money and all the fancy stuff. These same kids, they be spoiled like that because they daddies and mamas rich. Will still grow up and come out and say later, yeah, my mom and dad, because people would say, how can they say that? And they had everything. Well, you can have everything, but what is everything if you couldn't have your parent? You understand? You didn't get hugs like that. You didn't get help with your homework like that. You didn't get like that nurturing and close care like that. It was always the nanny. It was always the staff raising you. So I do feel where some of these celebrity kids be coming from. Um, you know, that's what they're trying to say. They didn't have you there like that physically because you were on the road. Just take accountability. Say you the one chose to become an actor or a singer or whatever you are. So you explain that to your child. Well, child, I had to put food on the table. All the different careers and jobs out there, though, you chose a rapper. You chose a superstar. So I'm just saying, ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you go that direction, it seems to be a repetitive sacrifice a lot of these celebrities make. But Wendy Williams is not in that category. Even with TV shows, you can bring your kid on the set with you, probably not on stage, but on the set. I'm sure her son was there with her a lot while he was little. She just not one of them mom celebrities that we heard about. They could make it. I bet it was hard for them to start rumors about Wendy Williams because you can't say she was no bad parent. If anything, they was more saying her son seemed to be turning on her. Like as far as that money, he was willing to go stay with his dad. And I mean, that's that topic we've been talking about lately, though. Like they get older, nobody want to sit around and take care of their parent. And I'm not saying that's right. It's actually weird and it's getting worse. They don't want to sit around and they just starting their 20s. They just starting their early 30s. And, of course, anybody can feel like Wendy Williams, like, dang, I don't really have nobody around me. I got to hire the people that's helping me. Because my own loved ones ain't here to help me. I can barely walk. That's what she was going through. I just said, what? That is interesting. Uh, But God does everything for a reason. Like some people's like, oh, she getting karma because of all the people she talked about on her show. Y'all remember, I'm telling you, she is like the queen, the veteran, the crown of speaking on celebrity gossip. Miss Wendy Williams. Like her of all people was going through this before anybody else. People messing with her just because of still to me it go they was like you mean freedom of speech, no, freedom of religion, because freedom of religion is not just some church or organization that you're affiliated with. Freedom of religion would mean the freedom to believe as you will, as you please, and about what. So yeah, people came for her for some of her beliefs on her own TV show. They used to try it. They used to try it, and the people I'm talking about was some of the celebrities she was talking about. They might didn't like certain things she pointed out or made jokes about, because Wendy Williams always had the jokes. But like I said, I just feel like some of these guys ain't even, I don't even know why they in the industry if you getting all butthurt about what people saying about you on interviews. Like, and you're stupid. You're sending them hate emails and text messages. Like, that's like record stuff that can be kept on record of how you was hating on that person. Because you don't like what they do for work. That's stupid. You hoping that you could, because I don't know, they did that only for so long with Wendy Williams, and then, but that was never a reason she left TV. That's my point. People used to say all kind of stuff about her because they was just mad because look at what she do for work. Gossip about them, got the TV network millions of ratings. All it is, people have carried the same type of work she do onto internet streaming, and now they talk about celebrities this way. So, but yeah, they used to get mad at her. I hope they wasn't trying to cover that up or make us forget about it. Wendy Williams went through a whole lot just trying to do what she loved to do. Pretty much, y'all. I hope to see her find success in her love life as well. I mean, I don't know if she's giving up on it or she want to keep trying this back and forth stuff with that guy Kevin. But really, there's somebody out there for everybody. And one man's treasure is another man's treasure. Y'all know how they go. She probably is through having kids, but that part too. You can have a kid in your 50s and 60s. Yep, people are still doing it. But I do wish her success and positive thoughts and prayers onto her healing journey, pretty much. But yeah, some of us know how that is. On the healing journey, it might not always be the people that you help heal or that you feel like should be there. It might be caregivers and caretakers and aides and nurses and people you had to hire, like what she went through. I really do hope she come forth and tell her story. And they better leave her alone too. Because that's one of the veterans when it came to celebrity gossip. What do you mean? People playing this game where I don't know, just pay attention. They talk about a celebrity. Next thing you know, you hearing something tragic happen. Just like what? Oh, this person's career ended. This person going to jail. This person's sick now. I guess that's how they keep control of the quote unquote influence, societal influences. It's like if your star rising too high without the right man or woman's permission, they want to show that they can knock that star down or dim it a little bit or whatever. Like, no, nobody rises and becomes a light of influence without our say so. That's crazy. How is that freedom of religion? How is that freedom of speech? Thank you guys for tuning in to another live, insightful and relatable topic and story here with you with Make It TV. We'll be back soon. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share any of our content. Also, feel free to tune in to previously recorded segments just like these. It was time to get out. Boom, waking up. Are you waking